We'll start with Pledge Allegiance. Please stand with me. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Bear with me, I'm a little hoarse.
I'm not here yet.
I'm not a little hoarse. Anyway. First off, we'll begin with the acceptance of the agenda. Keep in mind we had a couple highlighted additions on there. I would entertain a motion to accept the agenda as presented with the corrections.
So moved.
Thank you, Ms. Justice. Second.
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Ellis. Any other additions? All those in favor? It's unanimous. Thank you. Next up, approval of the minutes. You all got those in your packet. I would entertain a motion to approve those as presented.
So moved.
Thank you, Ms. Justice. Second.
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Ellis. Any discussion or corrections? Hearing none. All those in favor? Opposed? Abstained. Motion passes. Next up, we have public comment. Seeing the list, first up is George Morris. George, the floor is yours.
Hello, me again. Up here tonight, I'm going to bring up my federal lawsuit, my First Amendment rights, where you guys violated my First Amendment rights. The reason I'm bringing this up tonight is because I want to offer that as some sort of enticement for you guys to implement the oversight committee, the bullying and neglect oversight committee. I do things that my attorneys don't want me to do. But why would I do that? It's because I really do care more about the immediate well-being of student safety at Peru schools than I do about winning a federal lawsuit. Never was about the money, but it really is that important. If you guys consider it, talk about it, whatever, pray about it. If you're a born-again believer, please pray about it. Also, I won't run for school board. I'd like to offer that as well. So I really don't want to run for school board. That's a big responsibility if you really care. And it's not something I really want to do and want to undertake. But I don't have a choice if you guys won't implement this committee. I know it's a good thing for parents and students. The only good things that come from it. I'll sign an agreement that I won't ever try to have anything to do with this committee. I know that some people talk that perhaps I somehow want to have something to do with this oversight committee. I don't. There's only one reason I want it, and it's just to protect students better, give parents a louder voice in the school system. I will dissolve the voice of Peru parents. I don't want to be doing that either. That'll go away. I'll stop coming here. I know you guys love seeing my beautiful mug up here every month, but I don't want to be up here. I don't want to be doing this. I mean it. I'll sign an agreement. I'll drop the lawsuit. I won't run for school board. But if you don't give me a choice, I don't have a choice. So the only reason I'm running for school board is to see to it that this oversight committee gets implemented. So again, it's been 15 months. And I don't want to keep doing this. It's a lot of hard work. It really is. It's stressful. I've lost friends and acquaintances over this, but I'm a guy, I don't care about my reputation. And if I have to lose friends and acquaintances to do what I believe is right in the eyes of God, that's what I'll do. And I honestly don't want to be doing this. And when this first started, yeah, you bet, I was upset. I was mad. You mess with my family. I'm a grandpa. You mess with my granddaughter. I am a firm believer in the First Amendment rights. I felt some rage there. But this has become something much bigger. It's bigger than me. It's bigger than my family. This is just about doing what's right. And I stand on my word, I won't run for school board. I'll drop the federal lawsuit. I'll dissolve Voice of Peru Parents. You won't hear from me anymore. I won't show up at the board meetings anymore. You know, just implement the committee. It's good for kids. It's good for parents. It's good for the community. And it'll be great for Peru schools. So if you're a Christian, please pray about it. If you're not a Christian, please accept Christ as your Lord and Savior. Time is short.
Thank you, Morris. Next up, we have Alexandra Blom.
I'm sorry, I just signed in. I'm here for the art department. Sorry.
All
You can hit me.
right. Well, we'll do it for public comment. Next up, we have recognition for junior, senior high art students. Now that you've signed in, you may begin your presentation.
Well, I'm here, logistically, just, number one, the art department can't be here tonight. Elle's on vacation and Apple Beauty is teaching at school, at IUK. And I know Julie was gonna announce these kids, but I felt like I needed to be here for the art department since, I guess I'm the last kind of arm to the art department. But on Friday, February 6th, Huntington University held a reception for its 21st annual high school art exhibit and their artistic talent. And we had 6 students from Peru High School that exhibited there at Huntington, and a few of them got some special awards, and we have 2 of them here tonight. So I am going to ask Cynthia Burnett. She had a 3rd place in 2D art, and Toby Obendina to come up here for outstanding achievement. And then you'll see that Emily Rodriguez, Cassandra Blong, Reese Beller, and Laurasia Anderson were also a part of that. So.
Scoot over this just a hair so that the light's not on your face. Perfect. Okay, thank you. Congratulations.
See you tomorrow.
Yep.
Bye. See you. Bye.
Okay, next up under program, we have academic letter recommendation policy proposal. This is a discussion and action to approve proposed academic letter recognition policy. This will be Mrs. Sheriff or just you?
I'll take the lead on it. Thank you, Mr. Beatty. Board members, you do have the dynamics behind that shift in a document in your packet. Does anyone have any questions? And I'll prep Mrs. Shurick, if she wants to come up and say a few words about the behind the scenes reasoning for
Okay,
this
so
shift.
we have been talking over the past 6 months to a year about doing away with or reducing the number of plaques we do for students. They are very, very costly, and the majority of kids put them their parents put them in a nice plastic box that gets passed on to them when they have their own place. So we had talked about the dynamics of that, but then when I was working with the early college school leadership team, they suggested we bring back the academic patches. And in so doing, we would be able to award juniors with an academic letter about this time, their junior year. So we would aim to, I have some quoted and ready to be ordered upon approval. We could give kids those and they would be able to add them to their letter jackets if they already had arts or athletic letter jackets, or get a letter jacket, and they would be able to wear that and sport that for a good year and a half plus before they even leave for college. And those kids, if they are eligible based on the first semester of their junior year grades, just like athletics, they would be able to get that letter at that point. But if they didn't, but next semester they were eligible, they could earn that up until they graduate. So this would allow them alternate choices. It would be cheaper for us. The plaques themselves are, I think last year were around $55 a plaque. And it would be something that they could wear in sport and be something more useful throughout their time as a Tiger.
Thank you. Any questions, thoughts?
Mr. Sheriff, is there a way for them to earn their jacket like they do in athletics versus just earning the patch, or? that's all
Actually,
I'm interested in?
per our athletic handbook, students pay for their own jackets. There were a few years in there we were paying for them, but that was actually against what the policy was in the handbook. So arts, athletics both have to pay their own jackets, and it would be the same for
Equal
academics.
playing field.
Yes,
Gotcha, thank you.
no problem.
Okay, you have the recommendation before you. I would entertain a motion to accept.
So moved.
Thank you, Ms. Justice. Second.
Second.
Thank you, Dr. Pennington. Any other questions? All those in favor? It is unanimous. Thank you. Moving on to business. Mr. McCormick, you want to handle the tuition assistance?
Yeah, a standard tuition assistance item for your consideration tonight for a staff member for obtaining their Master's of Education from Grand Canyon University.
Okay, you have that in front of you. I would entertain a motion to accept that recommendation as presented.
So moved.
Thank you, Ms. Justice. Second.
Second.
You got the pin. Any discussion, questions? Hearing none, all those in favor? It is unanimous. Thank you.
And likewise, item 4B, in a similar spirit, $1,000 stipend for a Master's of Science from University of Indianapolis for this staff member for your consideration.
Motion to accept the recommendation.
Thank you, Ms. Justice. Second.
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Fuller. Any other questions or discussion? All those in favor? Unanimous. Thank you. On to C, proposal or disposal of real estate property resolution.
So you have in your packet a legal document, a resolution, which is the first step towards what they call disposing of, i.e. selling. We have two vacant lots, one across Wayne Street from Elmwood Elementary, and then one that sits east of Thrush Courts. This is the first step towards that process. The subsequent steps after tonight, if you would approve this, would get into advertising. Also, you have to let adjacent landowners know by letter that these would be for sale. So there's a specific legal process that a local attorney is assisting us with. But this is the first step in that process.
Do I hear a motion to accept the proposal?
So moved.
Thank you, Ms. Justice. Second.
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Hoover. Any questions? Everybody's a doctor.
Have we spoken to the tennis department, and they're for sure that they don't see any need for this in the future?
There are actually two vacant lots there. We only own one of them. I don't see any way of constructively building anything there that couldn't now be built at the North Complex. I think, although these will go for sale publicly, one entity that's interested in that would probably turn it into a parking lot and has said that, we could use that for tennis.
They've
As well.
been very interested for years. And
So there's no guarantee. I mean, that they get it. It has to go through a public process, but if that's the case, yeah.
Thank you. Any other questions? All those in favor? Opposed? 6-1, motion passes. D, IDOE 1003 waiver resolution.
You approved this same document last year, so this Wednesday in 2 days is one of our 1003 waiver days for professional development. So again, this to be able to apply for these waiver days. This is the first step, is board approval of a resolution as such. I would bring to your attention, last year we applied for 2 waiver days, and this year we would like to apply for 3. We have the extra minutes in the days, but it again would go towards professional development.
So this is continuation of what we had plus 1 extra day? Everything else is the same?
Correct.
Does this have to be applied for every year?
Yes and no. For us, yes. When you hit a certain test score threshold, you can apply and get granted, like, I think it's a 3-year. You don't have to apply, but every 3 years, but we're not there yet.
Okay.
So our total days is just 3 out of the year?
If this is approved and then I would apply for 3. Yeah, this time last year I applied for 2 and we were approved for 2. But it's been very, very helpful in carrying out professional development and other things that it's just hard to find time for during the school year. And you do have to prove, per the numbers, that you have the extra minutes over and above for instruction time, and we do. We have a wealth of extra minutes to fit this in.
So this is based on approval. So we still based on approval. If we approve it, it still has to be approved.
Yeah, if you would approve this tonight, then that allows me to apply, and then I have to attach this document to the application online.
So if they say no, do we still get the 2 we had last year? Or you have to reapply again?
If they would say no, then we wouldn't get any.
At all?
No. I don't anticipate a problem with that. I would say it's a pretty a standard process that many school districts utilize this mechanism. I mean, you'll have some school districts that apply for 5 and 6 waiver days. You know, that's what they feel they need. But I think for now, 2 or 3 will suit our needs.
Hearing that, I would entertain a motion to accept the resolution.
So moved.
Thank you, Ms. Justice. Second.
Second.
Mr. Ellis, any other questions or concerns? All those in favor? It is unanimous. Thank you. Summer reading program?
This, again, is for your consideration this evening. It was amazing last summer. The Peru Public Library did just a top-notch job of offering that program. It took a lot of weight off of our staff. I would look to our principals, probably Mr. Matthews and Mrs. Eddy. Do you think it was a success last summer?
Oh, definitely.
Absolutely.
We had been essentially just doing the same program for quite a few of the same families. So to combine our efforts, afford families cards that might not have, and they're experts. Mary Ann and her team experts in what they're doing, so.
And whereas we just kind of had our little library back here and people came in and checked books out, it checked a box, but in the library, they offer so much great programming and movie nights and like different stuff, and it was a huge success. So it's back for you for your consideration to approve for this coming summer.
It's along the line of what we've been doing here for the past few years.
On steroids.
It does seem to make more efficient to have a reading program in a library.
I make a motion to continue the summer reading program at the library.
Thank you, Dr.
Second.
Quinn. Thank you, Ms. Justice. Any other questions? All those in favor? It is unanimous. Moving on. Toshiba DocuWare upgrade quotes.
I would defer to Mr. Burris, if you could maybe, or Ms. Inyart, they've dealt with this.
She didn't point to somebody else.
Basically, this is to, we already use DocuWare. It's an online storage system for our student records. We are looking to consolidate our paper use in our finance department as well. And we have just switched over to Toshiba being our main provider to maintain DocuWare for us. This is to have them bring our finance department on board and add one license and then provide training for us to be able to do that. We're hoping to cut down the amount of paper that we have to keep here. And with our audits, a lot of them are now online. And so we're having to go in and scan papers when we do our audits. If we have it in DocuWare, it's just now downloading it and forwarding it over to our auditors or even giving them access to DocuWare to find what they need. So this would automate a lot of processes for us in our finance area.
This is basically financial storage then?
It will be, yeah. And it's setting up that financial storage, getting us what we need to be able to, because our Toshiba copiers will scan directly into this once they get that set up, which will be, hey, we've got it done. Here's the board docket, scan it in, sign, seal, we're done.
Security is,
Yeah.
It's gonna save us the amount we're paying with paper and ink and all this, or pretty close to it then too.
People time too.
People time. People time is probably our biggest
Yep.
because we are a smaller department. And when it gets audit time,
Make a motion to approve the Toshiba upgrade.
thank you, Dr. Quinn. Thank you, Ms. Justice. Any other discussion? All those in favor? It is unanimous. Thank you. Next up, we have Thrush Court resurfacing quote.
You'll have before you a proposal that's kind of twofold. I first want to thank Mr. Yates and Coach Sane for working with the gentleman from Leslie Coatings. Leslie Coatings is one of, if not the premier tennis court company in the state. And so to resurface all 10 courts and fix cracks and bring it up to snuff, as well as, I want to say there was a little bit of fence repair. It was an extra few thousand. But anyway, you can see the quote is in front of you, and then icing on the cake, there is a local entity that is going to fund that, so the school does not have to pay anything on that. They want to remain anonymous. This group probably knows who that is, that entity, but yeah. So this would take place this spring, summer, and Thrush courts would look kind of brand new. The tennis surfaces headed into next fall. So that's for your consideration this evening.
I motion to accept the quote and would like to thank our anonymous donor.
Thank you, Ms. Justice.
Second.
Thank you, Dr. Quinn. Any questions or discussion? I have one question.
Well,
I'm sorry, did you have to?
it's been a long time needed.
It's been needed. Do we get to pick the colors it goes?
I'll leave that to Coach Sane.
That's the only question I had. All right.
We are accepting the quote and the donation.
Yes.
So all in one.
All those in favor? It is unanimous. Thank you. Lawn care RFP.
So again, kind of sticking with the similar theme as a couple of previous. Each year, I think most of you are aware, we approve requests for proposal for lawn care for our building lawns and athletic lawns and such, as well as fertilization. And so tonight is just the first step for you to approve the RFP documents, and then we'll go to work in the next couple of days to make those public and get them disseminated to the well, publicly, but we'll be sure the people who typically bid, we'll make sure they have a copy. I did ask Mr. Yates to go through those with a fine-tooth comb. He did. He really not a lot of changes. There were a couple, like instead of saying mowing through, it said like October 15th, we just said mow through the end of the mowing season, in case you still need to mow on November 1st, as an example. Also, with the anticipated acquisition of like the 5 acres of grass that sits to the east of the theater, that was added. I mean, if I were a contractor, I'd probably need to know if there was an extra 5 acres of grass to mow. So we went through it all, and I want to thank Mr. Yates for going over that along with Ms. Inyard and myself, and weren't a lot of changes, just that primarily.
Okay. Appreciate that. Do you know if there were any issues with the last season's?
I don't think there were any major issues. I think there was just a standard learning curve.
Gotcha.
And I will give credit to Colin Quinn that worked with Ortiz. Before he made his transition, he did a nice job of working with Ortiz and just helping them understand the contract and the expectations. So with that, launching Ortiz, a school district can probably always say, find a little something here or there they would have liked done better, but I think for the most part, they did a good job and fulfilled their contractual duties.
Take a motion to go forward with the lawn care RFP.
Thank you, Dr. Quinn. Thank you, Ms. Justice. Any other questions or discussion? All those in favor? It is unanimous. Thank you. Donation, we have $500 to the junior high girls basketball for general use from an anonymous donor, and we have $200 to Peru Community Schools for extra clothing needs of students from Main Street United Methodist Church. I would entertain a motion to accept those donations.
So moved.
Thank you, Ms. Justice. Second.
Second.
Mr. Ellis, thank you. Any questions?
Thank you to those donators.
I'll piggyback on that. Is there something, a public thank you we can do to an anonymous, like maybe a post?
No,
We'll send thank you
directly.
You can't send a thank you card to an anonymous.
We might figure out who that is.
Okay, fair enough. All those in favor? It is unanimous. Thank you. Next up, HP Fortis Chromebooks quote.
I will turn the floor over now to the IT department. I think Mr. Percival's ready to give a little narrative on this.
Yeah, so we went forward and we were wanting to quickly move on a Chromebook purchase for Peru schools. So next year what we're doing is we're actually going with a non-touch for 5th and 9th grade students. And with the AI shortage, with the RAM and everything going on with that, you kind of have to get in front of the pricing. So at Mechanical, we've also jumped on this because a lot of vendors are not offering more than 15 days of pricing due to that price going up so much. So we thought I'd jump on in February because in March it could look like $100 more per device. So we're looking at the HP option. It's a really solid unit. We got that in 2 weeks ago. I actually have a student in it right now, been using it for 2 weeks. Very solid. I think it's going to do what we need it to do at Peru. We are looking for a 20% overage, and that just allows us to, replace those devices that may be not working great, or they're broken, or since we're not purchasing for first grade next year, this is going to allow us to kind of get a little bit more creative with taking senior Chromebooks down to lower grades, and then also having this overage to kind of help fill those gaps where needed. So we think this is a great approach. Pricing came in really nice with HP RTI. It's a newer company, but the nice thing about them is if you have any issues, you can contact them. They'll handle the warranty. But with this quote, you got to realize in kind of what we do is we're going to look at building a tech tribe or a tech student program where they'll do the repairs in-house versus what we've been doing where we're sending them out and you're paying a bigger premium for that. You're almost looking like $100 per device more to have a company do that piece for you. So my thought is when I hit the ground running is get like some kids that are willing to repair, and this would be kind of like that, those steps forward to make that happen. So that's kind of the approach that we're going with here. It's more cost effective in the long run, and then also we're getting kids' hands on those devices and learning real world skills in technology. So that's what I'm putting before you with the HP quote.
I will share too, about a week and a half ago at our admin team meeting, and 2 Thursdays ago, is that correct? So we had our 3 building principals, Mr. Percival, Ms. Inyard, Dr. Goranto, myself, and we had, I don't know, it was a lengthy discussion on all of this, like cost savings, how, you know, can we, is there a way to cut Elmwood out of technology, one-to-one technology? What will that look like?
Okay.
All of those type of dynamics. It was a lengthy conversation, a good conversation. And I want to thank Mr. Percival and the principals for coming to a spot where I think we'll know we'll be able to service those students still, but save some money and also get these ordered pretty quickly.
Yes.
Any questions at all from the board?
Would the in-house repair, would that help out with the pricing that the parents are taking on with insuring these devices?
That was an optional. They didn't have to do that on the devices that I put in front of you guys last year. That included 4 years of being able to send the devices in with 1 break per year on that set of devices only. And then they also had the option to purchase the additional insurance, which was through the same company, but that was unlimited breaks. So I think the answer is yes, because they're going to be able to handle those internally. But then if they're buying parts, if I remember correctly from mine and your conversation, they would be responsible for purchasing those parts.
Yeah.
So that optional insurance, I assume, would go away, but yes, there would be a cost that then would be passed on to the parents if there is a break outside of the normal warranty.
Yeah.
So it's kind of just a shift of those funds.
Okay.
So yeah, say you break your screen, we're going to charge you for that screen, how much it costs to buy that part, and then we're going to repair it in-house. We're going to charge you for that repair. But yeah, you will take that piece on. So we'll look at insurance and how that looks moving forward. But yeah, I would think.
Wouldn't that void the warranty? If students.
So these don't have. So with the warranty, it's only for your manufacturer piece. So like if the motherboard goes out, if the screen's broken by the kid, we can repair the screen and get it like back into the original shape, and then you can send it back. So we've been doing that a long time. So as long as it looks and it's functioning as it was when it arrived, they'll still cover the warranty for that.
Mr. Percival, I know you have your tech try team at Mechanical. I'm putting you on the spot now. Once you hit the ground running here, like how long would you anticipate it taking to advertise, gather, and build? I don't know what's a pride of Tiger team.
Right.
We don't want to be the tech tribe.
Right. You don't want to be the Tiger tribe. You know. We'll rebrand it. But no, it's really not going to take long. Really, to me, like looking at your study hall classes, going to some classes, meeting some kids, looking at GPA, see if anyone's interested in like repairing, and then maybe take 1 or 2 a period and just kind of like slowly go into it. But if you think about it, like say you get 4 or 5 kids a day, that's 4 or 5 repairs you're getting done by kids. So it's a really great program. And really, a lot of the training videos are online, so we just say, hey, watch this video, and then they kind of get hands-on with it. So it's not going to take super long. It's going to take a while to kind of build that program, though, and get it to where, you know, it's fully running and taking care of a lot. So, but I would think pretty quick.
All right, thank you.
So,
Is there anything like that over at Heartland? No?
I don't know. That's what we do. Like, so we deal with Ivy Tech at Kokomo, so we have an IT program. So we kind of reach out to those kids that are at Mechanical Club that are doing IT with Ivy Tech and that have that interest, and they're already learning those pieces that it's like kind of hard to train up behind the scenes. So then when they come, they kind of hit the ground running. They know what RAM is, they know what hard drives are, screens, operating systems, all that stuff. So it just makes my life easier to get them up to speed. So, good question.
This going to be paid out of our textbook fund?
Let's hope it is. We don't have to pay too much.
Essentially, in a clouder is a group of cats.
Okay.
I like that.
I would entertain a motion to accept as presented.
So moved.
Thank you, Ms. Justice. Second.
Second.
Mr. Ellis, any other discussions or questions? All those in favor? It is unanimous. Thank you. On to agreements, Fuller Engineering Company Service Agreement. Mr. McCormick.
You have that quote in your packet, and that is for an annual agreement that for unique HVAC, like the HVAC for the art gallery, and Mr. Snyder will help us out.
Oh, for Mr. Snyder, he has his own HVAC.
He's hiding that.
Fuller Engineering, for the fine art gallery and the server room at the high school, those have dedicated HVAC units in those areas. This is a quarterly service agreement, so they send a tech up every 3 months, change filters, make sure that the machines are running correctly, and do all the little tune-ups that they need to do on those systems to keep them up and running.
Thank you.
Who's doing that now?
Fuller Engineering.
So this is a
Yeah,
continuation
it's a
of the
continuation of the agreement we already have with them.
Thank you, Mr. Snyder. I would entertain a motion to accept the agreement as presented.
So moved.
Thank you, Ms. Justice. Second.
Second.
Thank you. Any other discussion?
Just to clarify, no relation.
Darn.
Are you sure? Oh, man. I'm all, okay. All those in favor? Opposed? And abstained. 601. Motion passes. Third-party administrator retirement accounts.
Again, you have a proposal in front of you for your consideration. I've learned quite a bit about TPAs, third-party administrators. In a nutshell, our retirement funds are funded through American funds. And Ms. Inyard, if I get any of this incorrect, you got my back. And a local Edward Jones agent manages those. But when you have, say, an employee wants to take out a loan against their retirement accounts or other things of that nature, a third-party administrator facilitates and handles all of that. I would just say our current TPA, and this came to me from Mrs. Smith, Ms. Inyard, they're not doing a good job. They're not responsive. We can't get a hold of them. They don't get back to our folks here. And so, and our Edward Jones agent expressed some frustration as well. So, Ms. Inyard, myself, Mrs. Smith, we interviewed 3 different TPAs, new TPAs, and decided on FACTS, F-A-C-T-S, which is in your packet. Ms. Inyard, do you want to add anything to that narrative?
When we talked with FACTS, one of the things we liked best is they have 2 very close locations to us. So they're on our same time zone. If we need them at 8 o'clock, we can call them at 8 o'clock, and we've got somebody that we can talk to. We'll have a dedicated rep for us, which is something that we are seriously lacking right now.
So this is a cost. Currently, the system we're using, are we paying for TPA?
It is currently funded through the plan. The plan pays for the TPA.
So this cost for this will come through that plan?
Correct. There's only one cost that we will pay ourselves, and that is the transfer setup cost of $3,500. After that, the plan will cover the costs for this TPA. They also take care of making sure we are within IRS guidelines. They keep the plan and IRS happy.
But they'd all have to, whoever's doing it.
Yeah, well, that's what the other thing the TPA does. Yeah.
I would entertain a motion to accept the proposition as presented, I guess.
So moved.
Thank you, Ms. Justice. Second.
Second.
Thank you, Dr. Pennington. Any other discussion or questions? All those in favor? It is unanimous. Thank you. Moving on right along. Ivy Tech Community College lease agreement.
We are pleased to bring before you tonight a proposed lease agreement that would have Ivy Tech Community College, the Peru entity, Peru Satellite Campus, would move to Peru Community Schools campus in the old junior high. Again, that lease agreement is in front of you. They would lease or rent space from us in that building, keep them in town for our students and, really students from all over Miami County. We would provide custodial and, general maintenance as part of that lease agreement. They will front the cost of anything specific to their programming, like if they would need to have, 220 electrical outlets for, something in their machinery program, they would be responsible for, flipping for that bill. I do want to say, we've been working this deal back and forth for several months, and the Ivy Tech representatives have been very good to work with back and forth, and I really would call this, if we can get it done, a win-win for us, Ivy Tech and the community. So with that, if anyone has any specific questions.
So this lease is with Peru Schools versus per this lease, not Peru School Corporation that we lease back to. So it's with us.
It's with
not
it's
with
no, it's with us, like you and our
Between-
Peru Community Schools.
So is this money that comes in go to the operations fund
Yes, because it will be paying
Because-
utilities, maintenance, custodial.
because of the custodian and all that?
Correct.
Right. Thank you.
A motion to accept the lease agreement?
Thank you, Ms. Justice.
Second.
Thank you, Dr. Quinn. Any other discussion? All those in favor?
I think it'd be awesome to see a college campus on a community property. I don't think any other school in the state has that.
I think it's a win-win for everyone here.
It will be, I think, very, to your point, very special and unique.
You think of AP classes?
All those in favor? It is unanimous.
Didn't
Thank
realize
you. Next, Skyward Student Renewal Agreement.
I will turn the floor over to Ms. Inyart to give us a little background on the Skyward quote, please.
So what you have before you is for Skyward student management only, because we are continuing with that. This is essentially just locking in guaranteed pricing, either 1 year or 3 years. I'd be recommending the 3-year guaranteed pricing lock-in because it will keep our fees down a little bit. We will actually be invoiced based off of this in the summer, because that's when our renewal actually happens. But we wanted to bring this to you to see if you will agree to a 3-year commitment for guaranteed pricing with Skyward Student.
We are kind of moving away from Skyward as a whole, correct?
Skyward Finance.
Okay.
That will happen this summer when we go live with voice.
So do we plan on staying with Skyward students going forward, as far as we know?
As far as I'm aware, yes.
Okay.
We are.
Yeah, we
planning.
don't have any thought of moving away from Skyward Student, just the finance piece
Correct.
is what we're moving away from.
Okay. I would entertain a motion to accept the agreement.
So moved.
Thank you, Ms. Justice. Second.
Second.
Mr. Fuller, any other questions or comments? All those in favor? It is unanimous. Thank you. Next up, we have Microsoft Annual Subscription Renewal.
And I will throw this over to IT for a brief narrative on this.
This, if I remember correctly, and I'm sorry, I'm dealing with 3 of these right now, with all the different places that I'm supporting. This is year 2 of 3 on the agreement. Because we are an education entity, we were able to modify our contract, which actually saved us money. I can't remember the exact amount, but it was a few $1,000s compared to last year that we were able to lower this. And that was due to all of the things that we've done over the last year of upgrading servers, migrating things, moving things around. So this is slightly lower on cost than what you saw last year, but you would see this again next year as well. So this is a fairly confident year 2 up there.
So this is a 3-year contract, but we vote on annual cost?
Well, we have to cut a PO for them each year,
Each
so yeah.
Gotcha, thank you.
Yeah.
So the money we've spent is coming back somewhat.
Well, it's just going down.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, touche. I would entertain a motion to accept the renewal. Thank you, Mr. Ellis. Second. Thank you, Ms. Justice. Any other questions? All those in favor? It is unanimous. Thank you. Next up, we have a request for student trip.
This is a Heartland Career Center requesting for a student to be allowed to attend the Business Professionals of America Regional Leadership Conference, March 9th and 10th, to compete in the BPA State Leadership Competition in Indianapolis. So that's there for your consideration.
Fair motion to accept.
I'd make a motion to allow him to go.
Second,
Thank you, and thank you. Any other discussion? All those-
congratulations, Mr. Stone.
Absolutely. All those in favor? It is unanimous. Thank you. Operations and technology. First up, we have facility use request.
You have before you request to use Tiger Arena by Mr. Foreman, Train and Model Show on April 18th. Mr. Foreman, do you, since you're here in the audience, do you want to give a very brief narrative of what will be going on in Tiger Arena that day?
And maybe it didn't get on there, but it's actually going to be both Tiger Den and Tiger Arena.
Okay.
I'll give you a couple flyers. Traditionally, I've had this event at the fairgrounds, and then I moved to the circus building. We just keep growing, and the one weekend of the year that I'm not booked, I found out the high school has a really nice space. I bring people from 5 states to vend here. I anticipate 1,000 or more people through the door. I love the fact that we can showcase our great facilities, and people are excited about the parking, and regionally people know the gymnasium's a nice gymnasium, a nice facility, and I think it's a win-win for the community, and the money that I do raise actually pays for the Lights for Light of Peru. That's my major fundraiser. So we're helping our Christmas spirit out a little bit in April. In October, we'll go back to the circus building. I just can't do it there because we're actually doing tryouts that week. So it worked out nice for the spring. If this works out well, I'll do it here, and the fall I'll go back to the circus building.
From a operational standpoint, and I know Mr. Snyder and I have talked, and this goes back to my coaching days when we would have big tournaments, like just protecting the gym floor. Whether that's people bringing their equipment in from the outside, or even our chairs and tables, a chair's not missing a foot on it and
Right.
scratches the floor. We just want to be sure we protect the
No,
floor.
we're using your facility or table facilities. Plus, I've rented some, and they maintain them well. And I'm pretty particular on where the tables go. We don't scoot them. Once they're sat. So I will personally oversee the placement of tables and chairs and protect the floor as best we can. So.
Not as best we can.
No, we will. If an accident happens, obviously we won't take care of it.
Okay.
So,
All right. Thank you, Mr. Foreman.
I use a concession stand for eating, but we keep all the food and drink outside, so
Okay.
they have their own little area. People are excited. So.
All right. Well, thank you. Appreciate it.
I think it's nice to have the community using our facilities as long as they take care of them. So I'd entertain a motion to approve that request.
Thank you. Any discussion? I got you.
I'd make the motion, sorry.
You made the motion, yep. We have a second. Any other discussion? All those in favor? It is unanimous. Thank you. Congratulations, Paul.
Thanks.
Next up, we have personnel.
You have before you in section 8, letter A, resignations, retirements, suspensions, terminations, transfers, 1 through 9, as you would see fit to handle.
I would entertain a motion to accept 1 through 9 as presented unless someone has a withdrawal they would like to make.
I motion to accept 1 through 9.
Second.
Second.
Thank you. Any other discussion? All those in favor? It is unanimous.
Letter B, recommendation for classified positions. You have 2 folks there for your consideration. One is replacement for athletic custodian / meal delivery during the school day, and then a special education aid candidate.
Same thing, I would entertain a motion to accept both of those as presented, unless someone would like to split them.
Motion to accept 1 and 2.
Thank you. Second?
Second.
Thank you. Any discussion? All those in favor? Unanimous.
Letter C, recommendation for extracurricular position for a junior high assistant softball coach.
I would entertain a motion to accept the recommendation.
So moved.
Thank you, Ms. Justice. Second?
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Ellis. Discussion? All those in favor? It is unanimous.
And letter D, recommendation for sub-teachers, nurse, cafeteria, transportation, etc. And you have 4 candidates there for various sub-positions.
Same goes, I would entertain a motion to accept 1 through 4 as presented,
Motion to accept 1 through 4.
unless anyone would like to split them up.
Sorry.
I have a first. Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Ellis. Any discussion? All those in favor? It is unanimous. Moving along, we have a recommendation for student intern.
We, this particular student is a spouse of a current employee, so not that that's necessarily a deal maker or breaker, but that was their kind of initial connection. And so this person is a Purdue Kokomo student and needed an internship experience. So I asked Mr. Percival to interview and just make sure this person, anytime you let someone in on your IT infrastructure, what kind of access are they going to have? What type of a person are they? And so Mr. Percival interviewed him and has recommended that we move forward with this internship experience for this candidate and his educational needs.
Hearing the recommendation, I would entertain a motion to accept.
Motion made.
Thank you, Dr. Quinn. Thank you, Ms. Justice. Any other questions?
Will they have background checks?
Yes.
Yes. All those in favor? It is unanimous. Next up, we have board member committee reports. First, we have Heartland Career Center. Mr. Fuller, the floor is yours.
Okay, yeah, so last month I was honored, fortunate to attend my first board meeting with the Heartland Career Center, and I came at an interesting time. The big takeaway from that meeting, there's a lot of community support, a lot of people present for the request of the Precision Agriculture Program to take over farming of the field behind the Heartland Career Center. So this field is just under 32 acres. It's currently leased out to a local farmer, and he is in support of the students kind of taking over the farming. He, as well as seed companies, a lot of other local farmers, have been in support and will be helping out, doing a lot of the inputs and things like this to help the students out. Currently, they're getting just over $8,000 a year from that property, and that goes into about 8 scholarships a year. And they're not set to really lose any of that with this. Actually may be able to make a little bit more, although that's not necessarily the goal. Seems everybody so far is leaning toward support for that, and that will actually be voted on this week on Wednesday. So that's the main takeaway from last month's meeting.
Sorry. Thank you, Mr. Fuller. Next up, we have Proof Parks, Mr. Ellis.
So we had our first meeting this past Thursday at the City Hall. Being the first meeting of the month, like the new board members there. There's 5 people on the board. So Allison Paul was elected president again, Joe Green vice president, Carson Ray secretary, and then Mike Zablisk and myself are just the regular members. Regular meeting, Mr. Shaniak, Jake Shaniak, golf pro at the municipal golf course, gave his monthly report. Pretty much the gist was a few things he said was early bird membership ended on the 31st of December. They had 86 members signed up compared to 41 to the last year. Currently have 27 carts sponsored, 12 scorecard sponsors, and 16 out of the 18 tee box sponsors for the season so far. So even though this is not time for the season for golf, they are staying busy there. Little fun fact, he had a little gumball machine to sell slightly used golf balls for $1. Yeah, so little golf balls, but on a gumball machine. They're working on bringing back the handicap system through the Indiana Golf Association, update the liability waivers for the private cart owners and the daily cart renters, and they currently have 22 golf outings scheduled for the season so far. And then the last piece, another subject on the agenda was there's a group called the Citizens for the Circus, based for the Circus Hall of Fame. The primary goal is to build a unified front to lead Miami County and Peru as a circus metropolis for Indiana's place in the state and national recognition. They asked the park board to be involved somewhat, having their first meeting February 25th. This is out of the realm of the parks board. No, they don't have any, the Hall of Fame doesn't have anything to do with the park. So Allison Paul is the president, said she'll go to the initial meeting and see if there's something, if they want to be involved in it, if there's capacity to be involved, if not. Next meeting is March 12th, 5 p.m. at City Hall.
Thank you, Mr. Ellis. Moving along to budget. Under A, claims, that would be Ms.
Before you are claims. If anybody has any questions, the floor is open.
I have a question. No one else is jumping in. Page 22. Who is Compass Group? What is that?
That is the parent company of Chartwells. We make our bills out to Chartwells.
Thank you.
Are there any other questions on the claims? Hearing none, I'd entertain a motion to accept the claims as presented.
So moved.
Thank you, Ms. Justice. Second?
Second.
Take your pick.
Dave.
Any other concerns or questions? All those in favor? It is unanimous. Thank you. Ms. Inyard, fund monitoring report?
So before you have our beginning of the year fund monitoring report for 2026. Just as a FYI, in January, we did have 3 different payrolls. That was a 3 payroll month. And we did our classified admin and director stipends. So that makes our salary benefit lines look just a little bit higher than what they normally are on a normal month. But in the education fund, we have expended 10.5% of our budget for 2026. And as I was saying, salary and benefits were higher, but that is because of those 3 payrolls and stipends. We had no activity in our debt service for, you'll wait until June. You'll see that again in June. Operations, we've expended 8.9% of our budget. Benefits was larger due to paying out retirement severances because we do those in January and June. The higher one being in January of the 2 months. Our rainy day fund, we have no activity going on there. Our 2022 bond, the final bills have come in for that bond and were paid out in February. So you see a little bit of money here left. Next month you'll see that go down to 0. And that means that bond has been fully expended at this point. Our 2024 bond work is continuing to be done and bills are being paid as they come in. You approved a couple of the larger ones here tonight. I believe they're getting close to the end of some of that work. Our 2025 bond is actually split between our BNY Bank and our Crossroads Bank. That was just the way the bond had to be set up. So you'll see two lines on there for the bond. The first one being the BNY, and then the second one being Crossroads. We're been kind of taking a little bit, you'll see activity in that BNY because when we got our first initial billing, we took it from there because we didn't have check stock yet. So now that we have our check stock, we have been using the Crossroads first and kind of leaving the BNY as a reserve account as we work through our processes. School lunch fund, our food service account continues to run with a positive balance. Basically, we're doing well there with Chartwells. You can see that our other purchase services, that's the cost of Chartwell's employees. That would have been our employee cost. It's just down there now. Any questions?
Will that level out since we were at 128 that we lost there? I realize we're ending positive, but we're losing money.
Oh, yeah. What happened with our lunch fund is they did not get us the November bill in a timely manner. It came at the end of December, so we ended up making 2 payments in January instead of just one. So that's the reason why it looks a little bit larger than normal.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Ms. Inyard. I would entertain a motion to accept that as presented.
So moved.
Thank you, Ms. Justice. Second.
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Ellis. Any other questions? All those in favor? It is unanimous. Thank you. Bank CD, you're up again, Ms. Inyard.
Yes, it is that time of year again where we look at 3 different banks to see who can provide the best interest rate on a CD that we've been just rolling over year to year. It is currently at $618,601 from when I made this. And in between the 3 banks, Logan Sport Savings Bank was the one that came in with the highest interest rate. So I am coming to you to ask to renew that CD with Logan Sport for another 12 months.
Thank you, Ms. Inyard. I will entertain a motion to accept.
So moved.
Thank you, Ms. Justice. Second.
Second.
Give Mr. Fuller. Any questions or discussion? All those in favor? It is unanimous. Thank you. Next up, we have board member comments. Anyone? Now's your chance. Hearing none, we have superintendent comments.
I have none this evening, Mr. Mayor.
We have none this evening. I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Thank you.